Hello everyone, this is Jerry. Today we cannot ignore Trump's comparison between him and 32nd President Mr. Roosevelt. Can Trump surpass Roosevelt? Let's check that news together. President Donald Trump floated the idea of a 50-year mortgage in its social media, why he proposed this plan now, and whether it will tackle the current American house issues. First part, let's see the current status quo of American housing market. The reason why Trump make this proposal is because American housing affordability is currently at a crisis point, characterized by record high home prices, elevated mortgage rates, and a persistent lack of supply. A typical homebuyer needs significantly more income to afford a median-priced home compared to previous decades. The national median home price has reached all-time highs, largely driven by strong demand and limited supply, especially in the wake of an approximately 40% price jump during the pandemic. The median sales price for a U.S. home in mid-2025 is around $410,800 to $416,900. Aggressive interest rate hikes by the Federal Reserve to combat inflation have led to significantly higher mortgage rates, which drastically increase monthly payments and reduce purchasing power for buyers. A typical home buyer in 2024 needed to spend about 45% more of their income on mortgage payments than in 2019. A severe and long-standing housing supply deficit is a core driver of the crisis. A lack of new construction, due to factors like restrictive land use policies, zoning laws, and high construction costs, means that demand consistently outpaces the available inventory. Many existing homeowners, locked into low pandemic-era mortgage rates, are also hesitant to sell, further restricting supply. While incomes have risen, they have not kept pace with the dramatic increase in home prices and mortgage costs, widening the affordability gap. As of 2025, the median home price is about 5 times the median annual household income nationally. Based on these reasons, we can see why housing affordability is one of biggest issues for Americans now. Second part, lets us see the 32nd President, Mr. Roosevelt's 30-year mortgage plan and its effect back then. Before the Great Depression, the typical mortgage term was only 3 to 5 years, with a large balloon payment due at the end. This system was highly unstable, as countless families faced foreclosure if they couldn't refinance during financial downturns. In 1934, the FHA was created by the National Housing Act of 1934 to insure mortgages, thereby encouraging private capital, banks, and insurance companies to lend money for home construction and purchase. FHA insurance eliminated the risk for lenders. The concept of a 3-decade financial commitment was culturally primed by the success of the long-term Liberty bonds issued during World War I. The FHA built upon this idea and gradually, after World War II, increased the maximum loan term it would insure, officially offering up to 30-year terms for new construction in 1949. The 30-year term was chosen because it made monthly payments predictable and manageable for the average American family, ensuring broad affordability. Let's see the effect of this 30-year mortgage plan. The introduction and standardization of the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage had a profound and lasting impact on American society and the economy. The stable, long-term mortgage made home ownership accessible to a vast segment of the American population for the first time. The U.S. home ownership rate soared in the post-war boom. Home equity became the primary vehicle for middle-class wealth accumulation in the U.S. The fixed rate provided security for homeowners against interest rate swings, which in turn brought stability to the overall housing market and economy. The US is almost unique in the world for the dominance of this product. However, there was also side effect of this plan. A major negative effect was that FHA underwriting standards explicitly excluded integrated or minority neighborhoods through redlining, a state-sponsored system of segregation that denied non-white families the benefits of this wealth-building opportunity for decades. Now, after we know the back and forth of this 30-year mortgage plan, it's a different age now. Can Trump's new 50-year mortgage be effective? Personally, I do not think this is the best way to address the issue of housing affordability in America now. Why? In America, the latest median sale price of a home from September, $415,100. Current interest rate of about 6.3% according to Mortgage News Daily on a 30-year fixed loan with a 20% down payment. The monthly payment of just principal and interest would be $2,056. If you raise the length to 50 years at the same interest rate, that payment would be $1,123, a savings of $233 per month. So how does this small amount of saving bring big changes for Americans now? Meanwhile, we know the pivotal reason of affordability is not about the long period of mortgage, but the high cost of house building, like the higher labor cost, land cost, and material cost, along with the higher interest and inflation. So we can see this 50-year mortgage plan has not touched any of these primary causes. Even Trump is the first American president to propose a 50-year mortgage precedent. He cannot improve the housing affordability for American people. Another barrier for this unrealistic proposal is how many investors are willing to support this plan. If no investors participate this plan, how does this plan go? An undersupply of roughly 4 million homes is the reality Trump needs to face. Without a comprehensive and systematic approach, the housing affordability will not change at all. This is why many realtors also do not look positive for Trump's new plan. History will not remember a president who barely give new words, but one who address the real issues for its people.